What's up, everybody out here? This is my neighborhood. So I wanted to make a quick video because I was thinking about it, and I want to talk about improvements. I just made another one and the signal dropped, so I figured I'd start again. I'm gonna do this one very quickly. So a lot of people have a lot of questions when it comes to what improvements should you do that are actually going to add value to your home. And the reason I'm walking out here in the neighborhood is because I want you to look at your surrounding neighborhood first before you decide to do any improvements. Because the biggest mistake a lot of people make is they will make improvements that don't actually improve the value of their home. So they'll make an improvement and go, and let's just say if they're in an average neighborhood and the average home is around like 160, 170, and they go and they gut the kitchen and redo all the cabinets and put granite in there, and then they upgrade all the flooring, and then they put a new roof and they put a pool in there, and they sit there and then they go and try and sell it, and you know 3 or 4 years later, and they want like $50,000 above what anything in the neighborhood is actually worth, and they wonder why they can't get that price. Well, if someone does decide to pay that price, guess what's going to happen? An appraiser is going to come in and they're going to knock that price down because the comps in the area do not support it. It would be financially a bad decision for the bank to lend someone money in a home in an area that they have basically put too much money in. So my first recommendation to you is this: if you're considering doing renovations and getting your home ready to put on the market, you need to look at and see what is, I don't know, expected or buyers actually want in your area. You need to look and see if, do the homes in your area have granite countertops and custom cabinets and hardwood flooring, or do they basically have Formica countertops and prefab cabinets? Do they just have carports? Some have garages, some don't. So that would be my biggest advice to you, is to look at your surrounding neighborhood first before you start putting any money into the home to get any kind of more value out of it. So that's the biggest tip for you. The second one is, if you're going to go and sell your house, instead of trying to do renovations and pouring all this money into it, you don't need to do that. All you really need to do is just make it extremely presentable, which means, here's some quick ones. Change every single light bulb in the house that is broken or doesn't turn on, and make sure all the light bulbs are the same color. Yes, that does matter. Wipe off all the dust from your fans, wipe off all the dust from your blinds, wipe down your floors, clean your countertops, declutter as much as possible. Exterior, when you go outside, fix any landscaping that looks rough. You know, if you need to bring in new mulch, or bring in new floor, or not new floor, sorry, someone logged in and threw me out. Or if you need to change it, like right here we have like white rock, right, and black mulch. It was originally brown rock, so we brought in white rock because I wanted it to pop a little bit more, right? So see, there's no retainer around this, but this house behind us, maybe you can see it if I zoom in. No, see, they have like a brick. See that one right there? It has like a brick front around it, and we're gonna do something like that because these homes, they don't have that, but the ones that actually do have it, it looks a lot better, and I can get value out of that. Those things are going to actually add value. Like we just recently installed, seamless gutters. Those are things that the area, or essentially when people are wanting to buy in the area, those are things that people are going to inspect. So if you're going to make sure to invest into your home before you sell it, do it and put the money into things that people are actually looking for in your area. Don't overbuild and don't underbuild. I hope that makes a lot of sense. Let me know if you got any questions on that. When it comes to picking an area, like if you're going to do an investment, same concept. If you're going to do a flip on a property, you don't want to buy a property and make it the most amazing, absolutely over-the-top elaborate thing if the area does not justify or even want those type of things, right? So what's the point of coming in an area and putting granite throughout and changing all the flooring and putting can lights and all this stuff, and you try and get that value out of it and you can never get it out because homes in the area just don't sell for that. So on the other hand, if you buy a home that's in a premium area and it was like a little bit older and it didn't have those features and it's really lacking that stuff, if you invest that extra money and put in that granite countertop and redo the cabinets and redo the entire layout, you're going to get paid multiple times over, because that's actually going to be something that people in the area are looking for. So I hope that makes a lot of sense when it comes to investing. When it comes to selling your home, think about what the homes in your area look like. Now, a lot of people, they might not have a home that's in a subdivision. They might have a home in a rural area. So what I'd want you to do is you want to put your mindset into something of pretending that that is its own subdivision and comparing it to other rural properties just like the one that you have. So how does the land look on your property? Is it all in a flood zone? Is it all cleared? Does it look really nice when it comes up to it? Is it all farmland? Those are type of things, because when an appraiser looks at the value of that, they're going to compare that to other ones. So when someone buys it, they want to make sure that it is worth what someone's willing to pay for it. So I hope that makes sense too. Now when it comes inside, same thing, because you're going to be able to get away with it a little bit more. Someone might be willing to pay for a premium property that has 20 plus acres on it because it's not immediately comparable to 50 other homes right there around it. So you might be able to get a little bit extra value, but that all depends on your area, because not everybody's going to want to pay for that when they could build it inside city limits. So those are some factors. So if you have questions about that, just shoot me a message. If you I guess if you want to know how to price your home, or know what appraisers use, or even what us real estate agents use to actually price your home. So this is a question that a lot of people do ask is, should I change floors? Should I repaint? Should I update appliances? Should I do all that stuff? And my immediate question is going to be, it really depends on what your subdivision it calls for. Don't do it just because you want to do it, because you might spend $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 trying to update it, and you might not have had to do that. Like when we sold our home before we moved, all I did was repaint, made it look very, very clean, decluttered as much as possible, freshened up the front part of the home, and it sold higher than any home in the neighborhood sold for. That was just because, well, it looked good, and I didn't have to do all these crazy things to try and get more value for it. So just know that by you cleaning your blinds, or even if there's broken blinds, replacing those blinds, changing out your light bulbs, cleaning the mirrors, doing the basic, you could spend $100 or $200 getting your home very clean, and that's actually going to bring you more value than if you were to try and just say, oh, we put $7,000 of hardwood floors. It's not going to mean anything if your home looks rough on the outside, or if they come in and it's very dark and dim. Like, again, people buy based on emotions. So you want them, when they walk in, you want them to feel good about your home. You want them to feel excited and that they can see themselves there. So you have to appeal to the majority, not the minority, meaning that you have to appeal to the majority of people who are going to want to buy your home. Because if you appeal to the select few, the minority, the ones that they really love odd things, or they love dark colors or dark floors, that's a very small percentage of people. You want to appeal to a larger amount of people that like fresh colors, that like the grays and blues and whites and things that feel good. So if you're going to repaint, do it in a color that's popular now. You don't want that builder beige. You want a color that looks good, that shows off well, that looks fresh. So I hope that's helped. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. You'll have a good week ahead. I appreciate it. And if you have any questions, go to workwithronnie.com, get in touch with me, or send me a message. Have a good one.